Temecula, a city that holds a rich and unique history that has paved the way for the many people who live here today. From native villages to Spanish settlements, Mexican ranchos to becoming a rest stop during the California Gold Rush, evolving from a railroad town into a modern city and tourist hub. The rich culture and history of the Temecula Valley, along with its mild climate and beautiful rolling hills, has attracted humans to the area for over 1,000 years. How has Temecula grown from a small native community to a bustling city and tourist destination? Let's take a journey through some of Temecula's most iconic moments to help us discover the answer to this question. We begin our journey in the rolling hills of the Temecula Valley. The Luiseno Indians lived peacefully and in their traditional ways in the Temecula Valley from 900 AD to 1797 AD. They built homes called quiches, celebrated the gifts of nature, and depended on the rich resources that the land in this valley provided. In the late 1700s, the Luiseno way of life was disrupted. The Spanish moved into the area, changing the Luiseno way of life forever. The natives would no longer be allowed to hunt or forage as they had before. Their homes were destroyed and new homes were built out of adobe. In 1834, the Temecula Valley was granted to the San Luis Rey Mission, which was owned by the Spanish. However, during this time, California was a land of much competition. Spain and Mexico saw value in the land with its many coastal regions, mild climates, and vast resources. Mexico and Spain fought for the territory, and in 1835, the San Luis Rey Mission was surrendered to the Mexican government. This meant the land in the Temecula Valley was now under Mexico's control. Even though Mexico had won, they were afraid that the Spanish would return to try and take back the land. Mexico believed the land would be better protected if it were divided up and owned by individuals. So, in 1840, Mexico divided the valley into 4 ranchos. Luiseños worked on these ranchos and were soon called vaqueros, which means cowboys. While Mexico had successfully defeated the Spanish, their battles were far from over. The United States also wanted to claim the California land. War between Mexico and the United States began and continued into the late 1840s. Eventually, the United States won, and California became the 31st state in 1850. Eureka! Gold fever hit California in 1849. After gold was discovered in Coloma, California, hundreds of thousands of people came through the Temecula Valley and made Temecula a rest stop on their way to Sacramento. In 1857, the Butterfield Stage Company was established in the valley by John Butterfield. This company transported people in stagecoaches over 2,700 miles from Missouri to San Francisco. It cost only $200 to go one way. This new transportation business brought about the first population boom to Temecula. All aboard! In 1882, the Transcontinental Railroad made its way through Temecula. Transportation was becoming easier than ever before. Temecula became well known for shipping cattle and grain, and eventually a cattle pen was built right next to the railroad depot. In 1893, Riverside became its own county. Before that, the Temecula Valley was part of San Diego County. In 1904, a man named Walter Vail bought 87,500 acres of land, which included most of the Temecula Valley. Many of the places in Temecula today were named after Walter Vail, such as Vail Lake, Vail Elementary School, Vail Ranch, and Vail Steakhouse.
Looks like the people around here are sort of hard to convince.
Did you know that one of the reasons Temecula became famous was because of its landscape? Hollywood began filming Western movies in the Temecula Valley in 1912. The scenery in this valley was perfect, and there were plenty of real cowboys. Yee-haw! One of Temecula's most popular exports is wine. The first wineries were started in the 1960s in this valley. Temecula's weather was perfect for growing grapes. Today, Temecula's wineries bring many visitors to this city. In 1983, Temecula had the first Wine and Balloon Festival. This festival has become one of Temecula's most famous landmarks. It features live music, activities for kids, wine tasting, and balloon rides. This is still one of Temecula's most popular events today. Finally, in 1989, Temecula became a city. Today, Temecula continues to grow as more and more people move into the area. It is no longer a small native community, but a bustling, booming city and tourist destination.